So,
yes.
You're a fan of eugenics, population control?
Yes, I've always preached incentive-based eugenics.
And what incentives?
Whatever it takes to get people to stop breeding. What's worth more than a baby to you that is not going to sap natural resources as badly as the spiraling out of that?
So Agenda 21, you're familiar with it?
No.
No? Okay, and what about the Georgia Guidestones? You familiar with those?
No.
Those say that...
Don't see, now you're going to go all Alex Jones on me and try to teach me everything.
No, I'm just going to drop some knowledge because it's important.
I know that people are the problem. Throughout history, people are the problem. And they're not getting better.
You got a Bodie there?
Children creep dugout. All right, so Building 7.
Balloons, I have an irrational fear of balloons.
Balloons.
And children just...
Your children are gross. Okay. Building 7, you watch that building collapse. What do you think to yourself?
I think, there's so much of that. I fly for a living. The fact that all those planes were at like 20% capacity, where I'm like, where do you fucking get a plane? Yeah, there's a lot of things that reek of bullshit, but there's a lot of things, again, it's none of my business. I'm an old dude, I have no offspring. As I've said before, the earth is a rental car to me. I'm going to turn it in trash, leave no litter behind, and fuck it. There's a lot of things that are bullshit.
Now, are you just saying that for the sake of shtick right now, or do you firmly believe that?
Is there a punchline?
I was waiting for it.
No, a lot of things bother me. Police corruption just on a minor level. But yeah, people conspire against each other on every level of social strata. It would be retarded to think that the highest people aren't doing the same thing we do. You conspire, I conspire. Hey, how are you? Fine, how are you? So yeah, I assume conspiracy theory is woven into the fabric, just as it is. If you're a dispatcher for Doritos and you give the guy that drinks with you at night the better route, because the other guy is a whatever.
That's a conspiracy there.
Exactly.
Conspiracy.
So
the literal definition:
conspires.
more than one person deciding to do something with each other.
Right. And
Conspiracy
people
theory.
don't spend enough time on a local level dealing with shit. Everyone wants to loose change and all that. Hey, how about city council? Why don't get involved with that and stop the shit on a local level?
I agree. I speak in front of my city commission all the time, and I tell them about 9/11 because 9/11 affects our local issues.
Evidently.
This police state that you're concerned about, what's the pretext to a lot of these invasions of our privacy? What's all this Snowden shit based on? 9/11.
But you can deal a lot more quickly with your local sheriff or whatever.
I'm down with the
Hey,
sheriff.
that guy, that's Jim Evans. He's a bad cop. I know him. He lives in my neighborhood. I have footage of him. And you whittle out the lowest bad guy on your level. Because look at you. You're not going to be speaking in front of fucking Congress anytime soon.
I might. You never know. I could care less, and I'll stick it to him.
I know, but you can do more
on a local level.
On a local level.
I'm for that. What about growing a garden, community-based stuff? We just had our farmers market. Did you check out the farmers market?
Yes, I did.
Badass.
In fact, I was just up in my room writing notes and making jokes about it.
Of the farmers market? And all the crazy hippies down there like me?
I'm going to ask the audience, hey, any farmers here tonight? And I'll get blank stares, and then I'm going to trash these fucking farmers for coming into our town square and not supporting the local arts.
So what about Monsanto? You down with Monsanto?
That's a food thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I watched what's that documentary?
Monsanto, what's the documentary, Ryan?
Oh, jeez.
Some Netflix
Food Inc.
Food Inc. That's where you watch the cow that can't support its own weight. And I fucking ate today at Steak and Shake, and that's all I can think about.
But can't you at least buy some grass-fed beef that's better for your health? I mean,
you do 5 weeks on the road where you're driving 5 hours sometimes you break down to eat fucking Steak and Shake and you hate yourself.
I can relate.
But the point is, it's in my head now. So yes, Monsanto is in my head, even down to vegetables and buying organic shit. So,
all right, so you're concerned about the food, but it's not always easy to cope. What's this? Beer belly? Or
I should be concerned more about the food.
Okay, and
I ate a sushi. I ate a dragonfly.
That was good, right?
Yeah, it's decent. But then you go the fucking mercury and fish, and I don't know how.
What about Fukushima? You concerned about Fukushima? Extinction level event. We got reactors.
Oh wait, that's the tsunami?
Yeah, well, it's the radiation coming from overseas. We got plutonium, we got uranium, we got all sorts of stuff in a plume hitting the west coast of the United States. The media's not talking about it.
As Henry Phillips said in a beautiful song, So what do you want me to do about it?
You can mitigate some of your exposure to it. You can use certain plants to mitigate it. You can iodine.
That's the problem that you had when you had that kid. Is now all of a sudden you have a vested interest, where I have none. I'm 47 years old. I smoke, I drink, I have no offspring, so the future of the planet I don't give a fuck about, and I'm poisoning myself way worse than Fukushima could ever hope to do to me.
Alright, you don't give a shit about yourself, but what about the children, man?
I don't care about the children. You shouldn't have children.
No?
That's such a caustic abuse of your own ego to think that you can just make another person and they want to be here. You bring them in, all you do is preach about all the fucking horrible things, yet you freely bring new people into this without their consent. I think that is such a dramatic ego problem. Not you. I mean, this applies to anyone.
I got you. My lecture at the Free Your Mind conference in Philadelphia, we have a conference about this kind of stuff. I talk exactly about that, and it's tough.
Hi, I'm Doug Stanhope, and if I can trade you just something to not have that fucking kid so we can have more parking spaces, less of this pollution blowing into the earth, less plastic bags, pan to the plastic bag going into the fucking... Yeah, I see, I won't throw this away till you walk away. Let's go right in the fucking street, because I don't care. Yes, don't have babies for 10 years. I'd probably be inhaling more carcinogens than now when I live in the middle of nowhere and smoke cigarettes.
All right, we're covering a lot of ground here.
Stop littering in front of you.
Yeah, right?
And I think it stopped for some reason. I restarted it. No, I just restarted it. This thing sucks.
We're on drugs, fucked up, doesn't work. We're filling our prisons up. We're on the same page with that.
It's actually one of my deepest passions.
Yeah.
If I quit comedy, I'd probably be a crusader for prison reform.
And what about the Jews? They run everything. They're in control of the entire world. I'm from a Jewish family.
Anyone who just mentions
the Jews.
No, they're a religion of any kind. Just drops in, like, we're having an intelligent conversation, and then you mention you're of a religion.
Right. I come from a cultural background, but we have a lot of listeners out there concerned about the state of Israel, their involvement with 9/11. We've seen the Mossad was caught on the George Washington Bridge. Are you pro-Israel?
No, I don't care. I have I would have no reason to base an opinion. There's so many places that are fucked up in the world. To focus on Israel. Like, if there's any basis for a conspiracy theory that Jews control the media, it would be the fact that I know anything about Israel on a daily basis, and it's in our news, when there's so many places that are fucked up in the world that we don't care about. Yet we seem to care about Israel. Do you give a fuck about Malaysia flight? Who gives a fuck?
I don't. We were just talking about that.
Because no one cares about Malaysia. Why do we care about Israel more so?
Well, they bombard us with constant propaganda about
who does?
The Zionist-controlled media.
Is that Jewish? I don't know.
No, there's a difference between Judaism and Zionism.
I
come from a Jewish family. I'm not particularly religious, but Zionism is the political ideology. And there's a group out there called Jews Against Zionism that are outspoken about the political nature, the criminal nature of the state of Israel, their torture of the Palestinian people, dropping white phosphorus gas, their war crimes, their involvement with 9/11, all that stuff.
Where were you on your way to when you spotted me on the street?
Popsicle.
To go get a gourmet popsicle. We already...
Did you try one?
No, we goofed on it when we walked by about the drunk guy that came up with that idea, slumped over a bar trying to pitch his friends on investing in a gourmet popsicle, man.
This is nothing like
this. This is popsicle. It's gourmet, man. And it worked. I was preaching that drunk people aren't always wrong.
So if you were have to be serious, and we'll leave on this note,
I was being serious about where were you going? You weren't on your way to stop Zionism.
Yeah, I was. I do a radio show 5 days a week, 3 hours a night. No, you're going to get a
fucking popsicle in America. That's where you're going.
If the Mossad's not going to blow me up down the corner, man.
You weren't thinking about the Mossad. You're thinking about your own hits on YouTube as you go to get a nice popsicle with your kids in a fucking paradise of a life. So yes, you should pay attention to shit that's going wrong, and I do, and I yell about it. But it's not reality. It's not our reality. I mean, it's almost an amusement to both of us. I think I'm just more aware of it than you are, because I don't care about YouTube hits, because my house is paid for and I don't have kids that are...
No, well, I'm more concerned about getting people with a voice on the record. I mean, I could care less about celebrity. The whole celebrity mindset is all, you know, a major part. It's ridiculous.
It's horrific.
And the obsession with it, that everyday people, they care more about Kardashians than they do about what happened on 9/11.
Then why do you care about these people? That's what I ran into.
So
when you look at how much people don't give a fuck about what we give a
Right.
fuck about on their behalf,
yeah,
fuck them. I'm just gonna go drink. I'll die. Someone will sell my shit on eBay.
so they don't care. Why should we care on their behalf? Is your basic philosophy?
To an extent, when it gets to the point when you turn into an Alex Jones, where your life is completely obsessed with this stuff, yeah, it's nice to root for your home team, and my home team is basic human decency.
Right.
That's my sport, and yeah, I'll yell about it, but I'm not gonna make it ruin my life like an Alex Jones who just spends all this time, what the fuck, where's the thing, now you use this, and forgetting how much ego is involved in that, and self-righteousness, and there's a lot of celebrity in what you're doing that you're preaching against, and if you're not aware of your own ego, you're not in check.
Okay, bottom line for me, it's about if you have a voice. Like I met Wee Man a couple months ago, randomly, okay? And, you know, he's popular amongst a certain crowd. People know who he is. And I said, hey, man, you got this voice. Why not use your voice to bring awareness to certain issues so that those people that we shouldn't give a shit about because they don't give a shit, well, maybe they haven't had exposure to this kind of thing. Maybe they haven't seen Building 7. You come out with a comedy video saying, how the fuck can you watch this building fall in 7 seconds and not see this? That's going to bring awareness to it, and regardless of your shtick, it's still important.
Okay, first of all, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
So I addressed all the 9/11 shit almost immediately.
Yeah.
In fact, immediately.
Did you see any backlash because of that?
At the time, but probably more good came out of it than bad.
Yeah.
Right? Probably get more exposure. You know.
No such thing as bad publicity.
Fuck a kid and say that.
Yeah, right? Which many of our
or
elite,
several of
the elites do it. Look up Jonestown.
That's one of my favorite
Conspiracy of Silence.
The Omaha. The
Boys Town. Boys Town, yeah. Conspiracy of Silence. They're all in on it. They're all having massive child sacrifices.
Jimmy Savile. Right.
Yeah, and all that stuff. These sick people, the same ones that perpetrated 9/11 perhaps, the same mindset at the very least, are child molesters. How can you not see that and not be fucking outraged, regardless if you hate kids?
Well, first of all, you're saying this, you're just blowing this so out of proportion.
That's what I'm supposed to do here,
exactly.
Right?
And that's,
because I want people to see how dire this is.
When you act like there's a group of guys that go, hey, after we blow up the building, who's gonna bring the kids? Like
scary,
there's
but that's
a room full of.
You should look in the way the structures look like that.
I'm sure there's a lot of fucked up things that go on, but to make it all just one like dark star chamber of these fucking weird elite people. Yeah, I'm sure people are manipulating a lot of things we do. That's what I do with an audience. Why would a president or a CIA
neuro-linguistic programming, mind control?
You do that with fucking 500,000 YouTube hits. What can I do to get more hits? If you were in a different business like politics, well, I need this many more people to vote for me than that guy. And how can we manipulate their thought patterns? That's what advertising is. Everyone does this shit.
Sure. And we can look at Bernays and the history of PR, and they at one
I don't know
time,
how we went from fucking kids into that, but
it's a strange segue. All right, you have a great night tonight, man. Thanks for shooting the shit with us.
Sure.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And on the record, one last time, Doug Stanhope is pro-eugenics, pro-population control.
Yes.
Can we get a hi? I'm Doug Stanhope, and I love eugenics.
Hi, I'm Doug Stanhope, and if I can trade you just something to not have that fucking kid so we can have more parking spaces, less of this pollution blowing into the earth, less plastic bags, pan to the plastic bag going into the fucking... Yeah, I see, I won't throw this away till you walk away. Let's go right in the fucking street because I don't care. Yes, don't have babies. Rescue a dog.
I like that. Rescue a duck.
Oh, how about grab a baby that already exists? There's a bunch of babies out there.
I'm pro-adoption.
Yeah. Well, then,
Should I trade mine in?
trade yours in. Swap out.
All right, buddy. Thanks again, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right, take care, dog.
Have a good night. Good luck.